Welcome back to Sarah's Bites, everyone. Today we're going to be making these super cute, delicious snowball cookies. They are also considered Mexican wedding cookies, or in Bosnian, we call them lokume. They are very similar to those. They are just usually shaped a little bit differently. But regardless, this is the easiest cookie recipe you will ever try. So let's get started. We'll start off by roughly chopping up 1 cup of whole hazelnuts, and I'm a big believer in always toasting your nuts before you use them in any of your dishes, because it does add so much more flavor and nice fragrant smell to whatever the recipe is. So I did toast my hazelnuts for about 4 to 5 minutes on a dry pan, no oil or anything like that. Now set those aside in a bowl, and then you're going to take another 1/2 cup of hazelnuts and grind those up. You can use this chopper like I have here, or a blender, really whatever you have on hand. And then we'll go ahead and start making our dough. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to beat together 1 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature for about 1 minute, and then you're going to add in 2/3 a cup of granulated sugar, and you'll mix those together for another minute. And I will have the full recipe below in the description and on my website at sarahsbites.com. Just in case you guys are having trouble understanding me, I am gaining my voice back after a cough. So I'm really sorry about that, but I'll have everything on sarahsbites.com. Now we'll go ahead and sift in 2 cups of flour. Just all-purpose flour is fine, no need to use baking flour. And you're going to do it in a couple batches at a time so that flour does not fly all over the place. And if you guys are more into chocolate chip cookies or any type of holiday sugar cookies, I do have recipes for those on my channel as well, and I'll go ahead and link them in the comment cards above. And I just used a rubber spatula here to sort of mix everything together in case you have any flour stuck to the bottom of the bowl. And then you're going to go ahead and add in your ground and chopped hazelnuts and mix just for a little bit, maybe about 15 to 20 seconds, because we will go ahead and use a metal spoon to kind of form that dough into a big clunk, if you will. It's not really going to resemble a ball, because as you will notice, this dough tends to be pretty crumbly and it does fall apart very easily. So you're just going to use that spoon to kind of press it down to make sure it sticks. And last but not least, you're just going to get some plastic wrap and chill your dough for about 30 minutes to an hour in the refrigerator. And I ended up splitting mine into 2 balls of dough because I wanted to make a batch of cookies one day and then the other dozen the next day. So this recipe will make about 2 dozen depending on how big of a ball that you roll the cookie dough into. I would love to know what your favorite nuts are in these type of cookies. Like I said earlier, I love hazelnuts, so please let me know in the comments below. And consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and please give me a big thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. After you chill that dough, go ahead and use your hands to roll up the cookies in little balls. You can use a cookie scoop here, but I don't recommend it because, as you can tell right here, the dough does crumble and fall apart a bit. So it's much easier to form and to work with and just to make into a ball by using your hands. You'll bake these in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes, no longer than that, because if you do overbake these, they tend to be way too dry in the center. And finally, we're going to roll these into some powdered sugar. One of the most important steps here is to let these cookies completely cool off. So I let mine sit on a cookie stand for about 30 minutes. You do not want to roll warm cookies in powdered sugar, or it'll look as if the powdered sugar is damp, sort of like it's melting on top of the cookie. So absolutely let them cool off completely before you roll them. Be as generous as you want here with the powdered sugar, and in my opinion, the more powdered sugar the better. And let me know in the comments below if you end up trying the recipe or if you switch anything around, or kind of what your take is on these. There's very many different names for these, but like I mentioned earlier, I grew up off of these, so they remind me of my childhood because my mom used to make them quite often. So truly, I hope you enjoy them as much as we do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!